Alright, so today we are talking about STDs. Woo! Which STDs do we have? Well, none I hope, but the one we researched was syphilis. Yep, syphilis. Also known as pox, bad blood, the imitator, and syph for short. Syphilis is a pretty nasty disease. Why, you may ask? Well, we'll start with the symptoms and go from there.
So what are the symptoms?
First, we start at the primary stage, also known as the first stage. You guys ever hear about canker sores? Yeah, that's what this is. It's usually a non-painful, kind of itchy, just sore on the body. If you go through the first stage without any sort of diagnosis, you can easily go on to the next one, which is the secondary stage. If you thought a little canker sore was going to be a big problem, now you got a rash, and this rash can be anywhere. If you continue to get no treatment, you will move on to the latent stage. In the latent stage, you can have no symptoms whatsoever, but you can still be a carrier, so you're going to pass it on. If you've gone on this long with no diagnosis or treatment, you're going to end up in the tertiary stage. Basically, everything's gone downhill. Your neurons are starting to back up in a bad way. You can go into cardiac arrest. It's just basically the pathway to blindness, death, any of that stuff. It's just, ugh. And from there, we move on to the locations on the body. So where can you get syphilis? Everywhere. You can get syphilis everywhere. Your bed, no, I'm just kidding. But I mean anywhere on the body where there is an open sore, from down there to up on your face, you can get syphilis. And that would begin the primary stage. This would not include the, inevitable latent and tertiary stages of, locations on the body. It would just be the canker sores and the rashes that would show up on that location, point of contact.
So what's the current status of syphilis today?
So what are some fun, quotation mark, facts on current research? What have we currently studied? Well, they're currently mapping out a new protein in the body. I'm gonna have to look it up. TPF1, which increases your, capability of being picked up on a test from 98% effective to 100% effective. So instead of that 2% of people getting by who I don't have syphilis, they got it. Another fun fact was that people don't think of syphilis as a really big problem anymore, but it is. It's on the rise and people need to take notice. Also that pregnant women are one of the most at-risk, groups for getting syphilis. And treating it during their pregnancy is a high-risk kind of situation. And not only women in pregnancy, but most of the LGBT community is the main contributors on the rise for syphilis infection in the United States right now. Is it because they're doing it more, or they're not diagnosing themselves? Who knows? All these will be on the citation page, of course, but there's some fun facts just to throw in there. So yeah, are there any treatments available? So syphilis being a bacteria, not a virus, means it can be cured! Which is great. But how? Most often with just a single dose of, intramuscular benzathine penicillin G. Yeah. Or azithromycin. I'm not a scientist, so... Now this is for the good earlier stages, primary and secondary for taking care of it. Once it gets into that tertiary stage, you're gonna have to take a lot more steps for recovery. But there is hope. It can be cured. So in conclusion, wear a condom. Nah, but seriously, if you're gonna be doing it, take care of yourself. Don't do anything risky if you don't trust each other. And just protect yourself, because there's a lot of things out there that are gonna, mess you up pretty bad. So if you're unsure, wear a condom. If you're sure, wear a condom. Just wear a condom. If you're a dude, and if you're a girl, I don't know, just make sure he knows what's up, tell him way it is, how it's gonna be going down, all that stuff. Cause ain't no one trying to, get turned up in a bad way. You feel me?